For the experiment, you will need to use the PPDA cycle. This means you have a problem, plan, data, analysis, and conclusion. Start with the problem. You'll need a purpose of the investigation, the investigative question, the prediction, and background information. For the purpose, ask yourself, what do I want to find out? For example, I want to find out if music has an effect on reaction time. Now the investigative question, why do I want to find this out? For example, maybe having music in cars distracts the drivers more, which makes their reaction time slower and makes the likelihood of crashing higher. That's my reason for wanting to carry out this investigation. Now to the prediction. What do I think will happen? Why do I think this? Example, I think when people are listening to music, their reaction times will be slower because they'll be distracted from the music and they won't be fully focused on doing the reaction time test. For the last part of your problem, you will need to have some background information, so do some research on the topic that you are investigating. Now for the plan. You will need to write the type of study, treatment, variable being measured, procedure, lurking variables, controls made, and group size. The type of study you do will either be a two-independence group comparison or a paired comparison. Doing a two-independent group comparison means that you have two different sets of people. So this means one group of people does it with a treatment and one does it without one. A paired comparison means that one group of people do the same experiment with and without a treatment. A paired comparison shows more accurate results. Once you've chosen the type of study you want to do, choose the treatment. In my example, the treatment was having them listen to loud music. Don't forget to be specific. You could write down things like how will they listen to the music, what volume, and what kind of music. Now for the response and explanatory variables. The response variable is what you are measuring, so reaction time in seconds. The explanatory or input variable is the variable that causes the effect, so this would be music. The plan's almost done. Now to the procedure. This part is easy. Just write down exactly what you are doing with lots of detail. Include things like what they will be doing, how many times they will be doing it, how they will do it, and any utensils they might need. Next to the lurking variables. Lurking variables are underlying factors which are almost hidden and could influence the result that you want to see. They are called lurking variables because they go unnoticed, lurking beneath the surface of the variables of interest. My variable of interest was music. But maybe things like tiredness, or caffeine, or memory, or the practice effect could have been other factors that actually influence the reaction time of people. Lurking variables are usually factors you can't control, so just talk about them in your analysis. Now write about the things you controlled and the things that you couldn't control in your experiment. Some things I controlled in my experiment were everyone using the same headphones to listen to the music and the same volume, and using the same device to play the reaction time game twice. Another thing I controlled was how many times each person played the reaction game. They all played it 5 times, then found the average. Make sure you cover everything that you controlled in your experiment. As well as writing down things you could control, don't forget to write down things you couldn't control. These can be really minor things, such as internet connection or distraction and noise from other people. Now to the last part of the plan, the group size. Once again, this is an easy part to write down. It's just how many people will be doing the experiment. If you want to be detailed, you can also write about who they are, like if they're classmates or random strangers. Now the plan is all done and the experiment is ready to be carried out. You're ready to start the experiment.